Good morning. My name is Gareth Juays with Lekker Wine Tours. Today we are in the heart of East Texas, and we're even deeper in this facility. We are here this morning with Los Pinos in the Pittsburgh area. One of the bigger names in our East Texas portfolio. One of the oldest vineyards of the tours that we go to. And this morning we have the opportunity to speak with the winemaker himself. Tell us your name and tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Jason Moore. Originally born and raised here in the North Texas area in Dallas, and kind of found my love for wine working in the city's fine dining restaurants when I was a teenager, and that interaction just really kind of evolved into a passion for it. And yeah, moved off to California to pursue the dream. Been making wine in Napa for about 20 years now.
Wow.
And yeah, just been recently kind of brought back to the homeland of Texas to make some wines out here now.
And how long have you been with Los Pinos?
So it's about a year now, actually.
Okay.
So it's a pretty new relationship. So yeah, but we're enjoying it.
Why wine? I mean, I guess just being around it, or what sparked the passion?
Yeah, honestly, it was just like I said, having the access to some of the world's best wines from my late teenage years.
Wow.
It was just something that I naturally kind of took to, and luckily the sommeliers at the restaurant saw that I was interested and really kind of nurtured that. Yeah. So it just kind of evolved into a passion for it, and I frankly just love wine, man. I drink it almost every night, and I can geek out pretty hard on some wine. I just love it. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah. Very interesting line from being a somm and tasting wine to actually being the winemaker.
Yeah.
Was that more California time?
No.
Kind of developing those skills, or?
Well, yeah, definitely developed them out there for sure. But I mean, the idea and the impetus for moving to California was with the idea of becoming a winemaker. That was very specific. It was frankly, not well received. And when I told my friends and family I was going to move to California and be a winemaker, they didn't have much faith in my ability to do that. But I sure have proved them wrong, I think, a little bit. 20 years of making wine. So, we're still going.
Tell us about Los Pinos wines. What makes them unique? What do you love about this property and the wines that are getting created here?
Well, I think it all starts with the people. The owners here are cool. Every time I'm in town visiting the winery, we have dinners nightly almost. So just hanging out and talking, having a good time with these guys has always been great. Up here, in this area, there's not a whole lot we can grow, because of the challenges that Texas has in general, as you're well aware.
Yeah.
But I think the terroir really. You're asking about terroir, right? Or just the wines.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of different challenges, I guess, that Texas has to deal with that California doesn't. So. And one of which is obviously the climate. Terroir, I think, includes the weather that Texas has. So just like you saw this morning, it was pouring down rain, and then here it is right now. It's shiny and beautiful outside. Right. So just dealing with that. The shorter growing season requires us to make a couple of different decisions in the winemaking process. But the terroir and the climate is challenging.
And is that something that you're able to overcome with this kind of 20 years of experience from all over the place, now bringing it to East Texas?
Yeah.
What makes these wines, or what do we see in the wines because of those challenges?
I would say there's a very short window from veraison, the coloring of the grape, to harvest. So with that, there is challenges with building up a lot of phenolics, like the tannins and the anthocyanins, the color molecule, and all that. So just keeping that in consideration, that's going to create a certain style of wine that I think needs a little bit more high attention. So just that's actually taken me a little bit of time to kind of come to realize. It's definitely, it's a challenge. I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna come in here and just like, kick ass,
Yeah.
and we're getting there, but it's definitely, it's been a learning curve, and it's been a bit of an interesting thing for me, because again, when you've been doing it for 20 years, you do have a lot of experience. So it's just taking those things, connecting those dots, and figuring out like what the pathway is to like real success,
Yeah.
Yep.
So what does your day look like? How kind of take us through a day in the winemaker's world?
During harvest, just kind of rise with the sun, get the emails out of the way in the morning, take my daughter to school, drop her off, and then head out to Vineyards. So I'm usually sampling vineyards for an hour and a half or a couple hours, drop those samples off to the lab so I can get those numbers later on, kind of combine the flavors of the fruit with the actual analysis from the labs and stuff. So just trying to make the best decisions we can. Head off to the winery, taste tanks, start making mental decisions there based on what I'm tasting, and then basically plan, write work orders based on what I'm tasting, kind of make plans for these wines, and just kind of keep going. I'm more of a late worker, so I like to take my time in the morning but then work later. So I just, sometimes it's really late, sometimes it's not so bad, but harvest is harvest.
Yeah, not an 8 to 5 job.
No, not at all. Not at all.
How? We're in this incredible barrel room. Can you speak to the volume of wine that's getting produced here?
Yeah, we do. A good bit of the wines we do here are on the sweeter side. Those are more distributed, and then of course we have our dry wines as well. I'd say in total we're around that 9 to 10,000 case range.
Wow.
So not in the grand scheme of wineries all over the world, I guess you should say, we're still pretty small.
Yeah, absolutely.
But maybe for Texas on the mid-size range, I would imagine. You tell me.
How many varietals? How many different styles are coming out?
Let's see. We probably do about 10 or 12 different varietals right now. But we're going to be kind of paring down some things and kind of focusing on, things that really, with me coming in as, changing things a little bit, along with the ownership, just kind of focusing on things that really make sense and do well for the areas. We want to represent the grapes and the terroir and the climate of Texas, specifically. So, not everything should be grown everywhere. You should
That's really
kind of figure out. And also, we're talking about just as a response to the, sometimes struggling color in a lot of the grapes here in Texas because of what Texas has, and what we get. But going with some higher powered, higher colored varieties as well to kind of help beef those things up. When we bottle a cab, we can. There's a grape that grows really well here in this area of Texas called Lamonto that is blacker than anything I've ever seen in my life. It is insanely dark.
Wow.
And it's got great structure too. So I think, stuff like that would be great to kind of play around with and add to these wines to, try to just elevate them as much as we can every time,
Yeah, that's fantastic. Kind of moving forward, like you said, you've been here a year, kind of getting settled in as to what's coming down the pipeline. What is the next phase or the next chapter in Los Pinos Vineyards and the wines that are coming out? Is there great potential? Are you seeing exciting things down the line?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're playing around with some different kind of techniques, I guess you'd say, that I hoped will translate to better quality in these wines. We're really kind of taking more of a holistic look at the entire process, the entire system, and then making some changes that I think will be very good.
Yeah.
Very good for the wines.
We're excited to see it.
And I'm looking forward to, creating some blends and stuff that are fun and playful, keeping the client in mind at the same time, though,
Right.
not going kind of too
Yeah.
crazy. But you know, I always say people eat with their eyes first, and so you know, there may be some label, you know, some new labels coming out that I think are going to be really eye catching and cool for the consumer to enjoy. So,
Yeah.
and always, again, we're trying to tell a story with the label, and that story should kind of translate to what you'd expect from the wine inside the bottle too.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
so, you know, I think you'll enjoy them. They're going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, it's always a joy to come out here and see what's changing and what's getting added to, and it's ever evolving.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
I know you're busy. I know we're in the middle of your office, so to speak.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
I
my
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. And hopefully we get to taste some of these long days and long nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, thanks so much.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more like this, follow us, like us, comment below what you'd like to see. Look at our website, www.lekkerwine.tours, and we'll see you on the next one.